I'm certainly not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Moses is Moses.
Yeah.
He's got his own pop. So we cannot
Absolutely.
compare Moses to Mike Tyson.
I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past that I think he can be a champion, and I do think, just like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses are very both good fighters.
First hand experience, like, oh wow, this isn't a normal 16-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever else. It's a real fighter from young, let alone now, so good guy.
Boxing legends are taking notice of Moses Itama's rapid rise. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King himself, confidently proclaimed that Itama is destined to become a future world champion. In Fury's eyes, what separates Moses from others his age is his rare blend of speed, sharp focus, and natural talent. He described Itama as different, predicting that his skill set and mentality will soon elevate him into a global superstar and a dominant force in the heavyweight division.
I think he's a good kid. Said in the past that I think he can be a champion, and I do think, like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses are very both good fighters. However, there's a lot of temptation, there's a lot of stuff outside of boxing that makes fighters not achieve what they should have done. And same old story, if I would have, should have, could. You didn't get involved with these people, didn't go out and drink, and didn't get involved with this, that, and the other, then I would have, if I would have, could have. That's why I can sit here today and say I always wanted to not be I would have, should have, could have guy. I am the guy who did everything he could. And they're only starting off a career, so they can stay on the right path and away from all the idiots, away from the women, away from the drunken nights, away from all the cranks, then I believe both of them can go on and win world titles.
When former world champion David Haye shared his thoughts on a potential clash between Moses Itama and Oleksandr Usyk, it ignited buzz throughout the boxing world. Haye suggested that Itama's youth, freshness, and relentless energy could overwhelm the aging champion. At just 20 years old, Moses is seen as the future of the heavyweight division, while Usyk, still elite, appears to be edging toward the twilight of his career. Haye stressed that in boxing, timing is everything. When a young lion rises just as a great champion begins to fade, history is often written.
An opportunity to see it. I think maybe Moses is just that good. And the same way Usyk was able to completely dominate the boss, there's just levels, and maybe his style and his skill and his power just doesn't gel with most of the other heavyweights. And I'll find out in the first round.
I saw someone say yesterday it's either that Moses is really, really good, which he obviously is, and Dillian was kind of really poor, which I think say. I almost look at it now for Moses Itama. I know they're calling for the Oleksandr Usyk fight, and something that we can go into, but there needs to be a heavyweight to give him some rounds, right?
Like who? Who that comes to win? Maybe Gerald Miller.
I thought of Philip
Hrgović. That if you want to do, if you really want to see what he can mix up with a guy who's proven chins, and his whole sole purpose is to get some rounds under his belt.
Oleksandr Usyk has already secured his legacy with landmark victories over Anthony Joshua and others. Yet David Haye argued that the speed, explosiveness, and aggression of Moses Itama could pose problems Usyk may no longer be able to solve. While Usyk thrives on technical brilliance and slick movement, Haye believes the raw power and youthful stamina of Itama would eventually overwhelm him. For Haye, this isn't about disrespecting Usyk's greatness but about recognizing the natural passing of the torch, a cycle boxing has witnessed countless times. And if such a fight were to happen, Haye confidently leans toward Moses as the man ready to announce himself on the grandest stage.
Because this is a 20-year-old with incredible hype around him, the sparring stories, the way he's been knocking out people so far in the professional game. Remember when you were coming through, there was so much hype. Even David Price had a lot of hype, obviously Anthony Joshua, but all you guys found that stumbling block. One point, obviously Joshua with Ruiz, Carl Thompson. So obviously Daniel Dubois had it with Joe Joyce as well. Do you think Dillian Whyte still has enough to be that stumbling block for Moses Itama or not?
100%. 100% Dillian Whyte. If he's paid the price in training, if he's taken it seriously, which by all accounts he has, he doesn't want to be going out getting knocked out by a 21-year-old novice. That's not on the screen. He's not believing that. He's been there seen it, done it. He's looked at sparring and in championship fights. Well, he's fought the very, very best. He's always given a good account of himself. And he has the ability to win this fight because he's so experienced. Does he still have that magic? I haven't seen it in his last 2 fights. But physically he looks in a different place to those last 2 fights. And when people start taking their eye off it and start judging him on his worst performances, you can miscalculate. But if you looked at before I fought Carl Thompson, his last fight, the prior fight going into that, he was in all sorts of trouble. He was barely winning those fights against guys I believe that could be easy. So in my mind, it's a stepping stone. I'm on the up, he's on the down. It's actually the same situation with Itama, Dillian White. Everyone says, Dillian White, this fight was 5-6 years ago. The fight wouldn't happen, but it's happening now. Dylan thinking, everyone's really honest. I'm getting a crazy payday. I'm at Riyadh season. A lot of fighter guys had 12 fights. It's like against a very low level compared to Dylan. So he's swimming in uncharted territory, uncharted waters. He's going to be doing something he hasn't done yet under the lights. He may have done it in sparring, probably has, but sparring and competition with those little 10-ounce gloves takes one mistake and you're sitting on the seat of your pants. And he hasn't been in that situation yet. We don't know what his punch is like because he's so skillful. He's not given his opponents a chance to test the chin.
Lawrence Okolie, a respected world champion in his own right, heaped praise on Moses Itama after witnessing his recent performances. Okolie highlighted the qualities that make Moses stand out: his strength, maturity, and composure at just 20 years old. While most fighters his age are still finding their rhythm in the professional ranks, Itama has been dominating with the authority of a seasoned veteran. Okolie's words echo a growing sentiment across the boxing world: Moses is ahead of his time. His rare ability to impose himself physically while maintaining speed and agility has left both fans and analysts stunned. As Okolie noted, nobody expected a fighter this young to perform at such a high level so early in his career.
Very sharp, very, very explosive. I thought he would get them out of there. As the week went on, seeing the shape of Dylan, hearing everyone talking, but it is what it is. The thing is, if you haven't sparred him or whatever else, you get a first-hand experience. Like, oh wow, this isn't a normal 16-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever else. It's a real fighter from young, let alone now. So, good guy.
Renowned trainer and boxing commentator Teddy Atlas has also voiced his admiration for Moses Itama, offering one of the highest compliments possible, comparing his hand and foot speed to a young Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao, famed for his blistering combinations and relentless pace, redefined what speed meant in boxing. For Atlas to place Itama in that conversation underscores just how extraordinary the young heavyweight truly is. What stands out most, Atlas noted, is not only Moses' speed but his age. To display that level of explosiveness and coordination at just 20 is almost unheard of in the heavyweight division, where fighters traditionally peak much later. Heavyweights are typically defined by sheer power, yet Moses blends that raw strength with lightning reflexes and fluid movement, making him a rare breed. Atlas emphasized that if Itama continues to sharpen his technique while maintaining that youthful speed, he has the potential to dominate the division for years to come.
Again, he just seems like a kid you want to root for. A kid that's not over the top with the way he behaves and everything. He's grounded. He's humble. He really makes a good presentation of himself. And he's special. He's big. He's young. He's got fast hands. He's got fast feet. Not only his hands get to the target fast, his feet bring you to the target fast, or bring him to the target fast, like a young Pacquiao did. He closes gaps really fast. Like 1 second you think he's not there, and bang, it's like driving a car. You got to be careful with this guy. It's like driving a car, bud. You know me, I'm always on you in the call about driving. Even now that you're older and you got kids, everything, I'm always like, I won't leave you alone. I'm paying the you-know-what. Like I'm saying, don't just look in the rearview mirror. Turn around, turn your head, and make sure somebody's not in the blind spot. Make sure it's no. But even then, I say, if you look down the road, there might be some madman coming at 120 miles an hour that you don't realize he's coming that fast. And by the time you turn your head back and then you make the change to the lane, he's there. That's him. He's that guy coming 120 miles an hour. You turned around, you looked down to the back of the road, and you didn't see anybody coming. So you turn back, and now in that 2 seconds that it takes now to change lane, he's there because he was going 120 miles an hour. That's Itama or Itama, whatever the hell it is. He's fast. Whether he's Tuma or Tama, he's fast. And you gotta realize that when you fight him, he closes, his hands only aren't gonna get to you in a quick fashion. But as I said, his feet will bring his hands to you really, really fast. He has good eyes. He's calm in an uncalm environment. That's what makes him a great finisher. He sees everything. He knows where to go, where not to go.
One of the defining moments of Moses Itama's young career came in his stunning performance against Dillian Whyte, a fight that analysts immediately marked as a turning point. They stressed that no one had ever dismantled Whyte in the fashion Moses did. Having shared the ring with elite opponents and earned a reputation as both durable and dangerous, Whyte was considered a real test. Yet Itama made him look vulnerable in a way few thought possible. Crucially, analysts pointed out that Whyte wasn't out of shape or past his prime, he remained a live, dangerous contender. That fact makes Itama's display even more remarkable. It wasn't about Whyte being off his game, it was about Moses being extraordinary. The speed, precision, and composure with which he executed his plan against such an experienced fighter sent a clear message: this is no ordinary prospect.
But let me ask you this question. Who's ever done that to Dillian Whyte before? The answer's no one, because 10 years ago, when Dillian Whyte had about 1,000 less miles on the clock, AJ had him in all kinds of trouble in the first round, but Dillian survived. He came through, and he lasted until the 7th with Anthony Joshua. I think Tyson Fury took 6 to take out Dillian Whyte, and Povetkin did him in 5, but Dillian Whyte did avenge that loss. So it's fair to say that although we've seen Dillian Whyte beaten and knock spark out, this is the quickest we have ever seen it done, and that's why I don't want to take anything away from Moses Itama and say, well, you know, it was always going to happen. And yes, many pundits did predict this to happen, but I'm happy to sit here and personally say that I didn't think it was going to happen, not in one round. I thought that when you saw Dillian Whyte turn up in the shape that he did, I really felt like we were going to get a showing out of the body snatcher, and despite me not feeling like he was going to win the fight, I did think we would see enough from him to show that he still has a little bit more to offer in this heavyweight division. And there is still a question there of whether he does or not, because many of the pundits that you'll see at the moment are saying that Dillian Whyte should retire, but they're not saying the same about Derek Chisora. They're not saying the same about plenty of fighters, and they did say the same about Joseph Parker after Joe Joyce beat him. So I wouldn't be so quick to write him off, but at the pinnacle of the heavyweight division, not anymore for Dillian Whyte, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that the body snatcher can't still be in fun fights, and hopefully in more fun build-ups, because this one was a little bit dull, and a lot of people were saying that it's because Dillian's scared, he's rocked up, he's not confident, and I get it. I think look at the performance, which we will do in a minute, and you could draw that conclusion.
Boxing analyst Ada Oladipo added his voice to the growing praise for Moses Itama, zeroing in on his rare blend of speed and all-around skill. Oladipo emphasized how unusual it is to see such attributes in a heavyweight, especially at just 20 years old. In most cases, big men lack the quickness of smaller fighters, but Moses breaks that mold entirely. According to Oladipo, Itama's natural athleticism gives him an edge few in the division can match. His footwork allows him to control distance with ease, while his hand speed catches opponents off guard with the sharpness and accuracy of his punches. For a fighter so young, Oladipo argued, that combination makes him a nightmare for anyone standing across the ring.
With my raw emotions, what I just witnessed. That kid is special. That kid is very, very special. He has great foot speed, he has great hand speed, he clearly has great punch power. No one's gone beyond 2 rounds in his last 8-9 fights. He's very big and strong at the weight now. That when he came through, I remember looking at him thinking, he might be a bit undersized for a heavyweight. He's grown 2 or 3 inches and he's packed on about 20 pounds. He is now force in the heavyweight division. Moses Itama was just steam for him. Honestly, this guy, for 20 years of age, 20. Remember, all these heavyweights that you're seeing right now that are in their peak, are in their mid to late 30s, most of them became world level operators in their mid to late 20s. He's doing it with babies.
Andy Lee, respected trainer and former world champion, offered a fascinating glimpse into Moses Itama's behind-the-scenes preparation, recounting his sparring sessions with Joseph Parker. Lee revealed that the young heavyweight went toe-to-toe with the former champion in what he described as more than just sparring, they were wars. Sparring stories often expose qualities the public doesn't see under the lights, and Lee's account is particularly telling. The fact that Itama could not only hold his own but push Parker in grueling exchanges speaks volumes about his readiness for elite competition. Considering Parker's reputation for durability and skill, Itama's ability to impress against him at such an early stage is nothing short of remarkable.